It's November 29th, time to go home. I almost didn't write a devotion this year. I wasn't feeling particularly devoted. And then back in September and early October, when the topics for the devotions were announced, I thought that if I relented and did write one, it was going to be on the topic of fear of home, not time to go home. Fear because as the holiday season was in my thoughts since late summer, I was not exactly looking forward to it. I was dreading it. Again. I felt that God wasn't hearing my prayers at all, much less answering them. And my old fear of God, born of how I had been raised in the strict Greek Orthodox Church, was returning. I was feeling that God was angry with me and was punishing me. And that's not a great feeling. I know we probably all feel a little like that at times. I guess it's human nature. Or is that just an excuse for permission to feel sorry for oneself? Nothing was going right. Even though I was dutifully coming to church every week and helping out and attending Bible study, and even though I deep down knew that God was right there beside me, I felt lost. More than that, I felt I lost my compass, because God is our compass. He leads the way home, to Him. Only I couldn't find Him anymore, and I didn't know where to look. And the holidays were coming. They were looming just a couple of months away. The calendar was taunting me. Christmas was coming, and I just felt like running away from home and all the upcoming joy and festivities. Phooey. And then, a friend who knew my heart was concerned about me and invited me to meet her at a lovely getaway to de-stress for a few days. And that getaway, in turn, had been a thoughtful gift to her from a couple of her friends. Was this God showing me He was at work? But it couldn't be, could it? Because a truck totaled my SUV just as I arrived at my getaway destination. More stress and more aggravation, which I most certainly did not need. Where were you then, God? But thankfully, I was completely uninjured. Completely. How was that even possible? Still full of doubt, the next couple of weeks flew by, and before I knew it, the other driver's insurance company had given me an amazing settlement, and I was driving a brand new SUV. I barely remember doing the paperwork for any of it, and I began to think that God had shouldered the burden for me. Then, the day after I picked up my shiny new vehicle, another friend texted me a post from an animal rescue website about a particularly affectionate cat who needed to be rehomed immediately. She had been sending me similar texts regularly, and I had asked this notorious cat lady to just stop it, because I told her I was done with having pets because they just die and break our hearts. But she persisted, and without even thinking, I responded to the post she sent me and ultimately brought home Miko, the sweetest, funniest, most affectionate and playful cat I had had in a long, long time. My friend later confided to me that it was God who had nudged her to try just one more time sending me a post. And she did. Again. In the course of exactly 3 weeks, from the date of the accident through my unplanned beautiful new SUV to October 26th, the day that I adopted Miko, my outlook has changed completely. In the months before this period, I would stare at Roseanne's stunning quilt hanging in the social hall. You know the one that reads, "Be still and know that I am God," in its various abbreviated phrases within. And I would know that, even though I read it as a call to be patient and to trust God, I was more focused on immediate gratification in prayer than on the faith and beauty and inner peace and inherent trust required of prayer. I couldn't just be still. I had lost sight of the way home, and it made me feel angry and depressed and, well, lost. The message on Roseanne's quilt banner from Psalm 46, verse 10, is a message for me and for all of us. That psalm begins with the words, "God is our refuge and our strength, an ever-present help in trouble." That's what I want my concept of home to be, a place of refuge where I'm safe and protected and well taken care of. And we have that with God, and only with God. It takes time to nurture that relationship and to be patient, and it starts with us. God is already at home in our hearts. He's been there all along, even if we deny it. We can find him there, but only if we take the time to look. And it does take time to go home. Will you pray with me? Heavenly and precious Father, you are the only home we will ever truly need. And if we have trouble knowing it's time to go home, or are too impatient or too distracted to seek it on our own, please take us by the hand and show us the way. Amen. Have a very Merry Christmas.